these are an absolute pain in the arse. That rubber goes in there as a seal. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now you try and put that on the end of that shaft with that rubber staying there.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
You put that rubber on the end of that shaft, it's too big to go in there.
Oh.
They're an absolute pain in the fucking arse.
What's the trick then?
Perseverance.
Oh no.
Just keep trying, keep trying.
What we got?
Harley WLA gearbox where the kickstart was slipping. So we now got all our new bits. Slight difference.
Oh yeah.
That's that one. That's that one, look. Again. But it's not just the thickness of it, it's all the grooves that are worn in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's your 180 thou ones. That one we measured up wasn't too bad, I remember that. But it's grooved. And that one was too big. But it's grooved. So now we've got the right sizes. We'll put it all together and see what happens. What say you?
Aye.
Aye. So, here are your 2 outer shims. Can only go in one way, so your small one goes in first. A dollop of grease. Hold the bearings. Right, and they are K. K is the fatter one, so that's these. Right, that's running okay. The other end, we know both of those are the same size, they're both 180 thou. One of them in there.
The same size needle bearings in both places.
No, these are different size. These are only, the others are 152 thou thick, 3/4 of an inch long. These are 5/8 of an inch. No, these are 3/4 of an inch long and 114 thou diameter. But it's all listed in here. That, thank heavens for Harley Davidson parts books. Right, that's all of those in. A collar in. Funnily enough, look, that lines up with the end of it now.
Strange.
Which means that that can't go like that. Right. That's nice and free. So, we'll pop him in the gearbox. If you look at those, see you got a bigger hole on that one,
yeah,
than on the others. So if you look round there, bigger slider, yeah, small, 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 large. So that one only goes on one way, which is that. Now we've got a new little spring. We got one just because they do go weak and shrink down, so let's just see if it is any smaller. Not a lot in it, but it is smaller, see?
Oh yeah.
The tension goes in them. That, see, that's quite springy, that's super hard. So that goes in the end of your counter shaft there. So now a little bit of grease on the end of that. Well, it's all has to come out again, but it's we can just try it now, see what's moving around, you know. So he pops in the gearbox. I just want to see what play we've got with that one in there, yeah?
Okay.
Because we've got a new one there. But let's try it with the original and we can see what if indeed anything's moved, you know? Okay. Right, beforehand, remember this cluster gear was moving in and out by miles.
Yeah.
And when it was in there, if you look back on the other video, see these teeth here? That's your hub clutch. That's your hub cog base. Clutch hub gear.
Okay.
That can only go that way as far as it'll go. Now you adjust, it's still got movement there, look. But minimal.
Okay.
That's like 1/16 of an inch, whereas beforehand it was like more than 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
So what we'll do now is we'll change the end bush, and that will probably force it a bit further that way as well, just to take that little bit more. You can put a shim washer in there, but there's a rubber seal washer in there. By the time that's in there,
Yeah.
that normally takes up any extra slack. But that would have slipped by now.
Yeah.
Let's pop him out, change the bush. We might as well do it because we've got one, and it just gives it everything that can give you free play there. You might as well do, you know. Yeah, much better with that. So you have got slight play in there. Let's get a nice big socket for that. Right, well that's another 0.08 of an inch, which is again taking more slack out of it. What you've got to do is line that up. See that cutaway?
Yeah.
That has to go with that cutaway there, because otherwise when that's on there, the chain hits it.
Yeah.
So you have to line that up with that
Okay.
the best you can. You can always just file that back off as long as you're not too far off centre, otherwise it will bleed through. What you do is get him lined up roughly, give him a little tap, about it. Right, okay, so that's squished it in, which I would expect. Okay, that's heated down nice. So now that you'll probably find your kickstart won't fit that now, the shaft. Because it's been pushed in, you have to ream them out normally. Yeah, there you go, it's too tight now, so trying to ream at a fitter. 20mm.
How do you ensure that your reamer blades are level?
They self-level.
Oh, I see. Because there's two adjusters, one each side, isn't there?
There's a taper in there, look.
Okay.
There's a taper in there. That's chamfered that way. So as you do that up, your grooves, same on the top end. As you tighten those together, boom, it just holds everything dead square.
Okay.
So that's just first pass. You always just pick off your high spots. So it might have just been a high spot. You never know. That needs to go a bit bigger. These are an absolute pain in the arse. That rubber goes in there as a seal. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now you try and put that on the end of that shaft with that rubber staying there.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, is it?
You put that rubber on the end of that shaft, it's too big to go in there.
Oh.
They're an absolute pain in the fucking arse.
What's the trick then?
Perseverance.
Oh, no.
Just keep trying, keep trying. A lot of people throw the square ones away and just put an O-ring in.
You're not going to start swearing again, are you?
No, I don't swear. Right, so that's nice. Get on there. Right, that's locked it out on the kickstart quadrant. So teeth are nicely lined. It's got hardly any play on that. Right, you've got probably 30 thou there, maybe a little bit more, whereas before we were looking at more like a quarter of an inch. The spring that's holding that quadrant in, I call it a quadrant, it's not a quadrant. Somebody asked in one of those questions, do you want to do a quick bit of that? Oh, right there. The kickstart quadrant, that is a kickstart quadrant.
Okay.
As in a part of a circle of a gear, yeah?
Yeah.
A quadrant of. That's officially, somebody in one of the questions asked what do you mean by the kickstart quadrant?
Yeah.
That officially is a kickstart quadrant, but I don't know what, I'll just have a look and see what it's called. I call the bit that goes inside that the quadrant. It's not a quadrant. It's just what I call it, which is my bad. See, that's a full circle as opposed to a quadrant of. And they call it the starter clutch.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, somebody was asking a question. That's what a kickstart quadrant is. That would have slipped by now. I mean, obviously you've got to jump up and down on it, but that's got. By the time that O-ring's in there as well, which takes a little bit of slack out, that should be fine, mate. Because you spring in the end, you spring on the kickstart quadrant, like I say. That's now, instead of trying to push everything over here,
Yeah.
it's actually pushing the teeth into where it should go.
Yeah.
Right, so now it's build the gearbox again.
Whoop,
And
whoop.
again, and again, and again. Right, well it's all back together. Bit of trouble doing the gear selector because it's in the bike. Got round that. So until it's running I can't really try the gears. But we'll try the kickstart, which was the whole purpose of doing it, and I haven't tried it yet. If it slips, run that way.
Yeah. I can't believe you haven't tried it. Okay.
No, I was getting carried away with it. Sounds better, doesn't it? Well, that would have slipped by now.
Yeah.
So that's all good. Sorted.
Job well done.
Yeah, well, it's good to know when you analyse something it is actually that, but when you think about how much play was in that,
Yeah.
and those teeth weren't that worn out, it had to be that.
So had that slipped when you just tried it then, what would have been your next course of action?
Box of matches. No, it would then have to be your ratchet pulls in those gears,
Yeah.
which obviously you're not out to rip people off, but that's probably another 400 quid
Yeah.
for probably more than that for the two of them. So you try and get round problems the best you can, you know,
That's it.
and that's work. So all good.
Next week on the workshop.
But what you want to do is get old school spanners. If you get that style of spanner, yeah, then you've got a chance then of when that goes down onto your nut, that will clear the fins on the cylinder head.
Okay.
That's why you see them on the front and the back. All the fins are busted off.